Hello, gorgeous. I am back, and I know it's been a little bit since I've posted on the Million Dollar Babes channel. As you guys know, my family and I were traveling for 4 weeks. We had this epic trip planned in Europe, and then we went to Mexico after that. In fact, when I came back, I realized I need to completely redo my vision board because it's completely outdated now. Like everything, check, done. So today's topic is about not budgeting your desires. I see so many women doing this. I used to do this too, where we spend money here and there, everywhere on frivolous things, but the minute that we actually want to do something that we really desire, we instantly go into like budgeting mode, right? For example, you may buy this coffee, this thing, that thing, give to this person, help this person out. But then if you want to attend an event or buy a course or upgrade the nail salon that you go to or start investing in, I don't know, coaching or mentorship or stay at a more high-end place on that vacation or upgrade your tickets to business class or first class, all of a sudden it's like we choke up. Like that's too much. Like we have to earn that. That's too frivolous. How dare I? Like who the hell do I think I am, right? But why the hell not? The truth is, babe, that you cannot ask money for permission. Money comes in when you give yourself permission, when you say, yes, I get to have this. This gets to be the new standard. Like this is just how it is from this point forward. But most people are doing it reverse. I know I used to do this too. I actually shared the story with my kids many times that if I wanted something and it was too expensive, I would try to find like the cheaper, more budget-friendly option and then still want the original thing and then have completely wasted my money anyways on this dumb thing that I actually didn't want, only to go back later and buy the original thing. So do you see how like budgeting your desires actually holds you back? And the truth is, I have so many things to share with you guys. There's a part of me that's like, it's gonna come across wrong, but frick it, I'm just gonna say it, okay? Every single time I've done something frivolous by saying like a big hell yes to my soul, my life has changed through that experience, but not in ways that I could have ever even figured out before I did the thing. So let me share some like really silly examples, but they're actually not silly because they're quite life-changing. So for example, like most people, my family and I used to only fly coach. Like we were budget travelers, right? We try to find the best airline tickets and the best deals. And one day I just like was sitting in, I hopped on a plane with my family. I was sitting in economy and I just had this like overwhelming feeling of like, I don't belong here. And I remember just blurting it out. And my husband was so confused. He's like, well, did you want to switch seats? Like, what do you mean? I was like, I don't belong here. Like, I don't belong in economy and I will never sit in economy again. So from that day forward, I never sat in economy again. But here's the thing. Sitting in first class and business class changed so many things. The type of people that I started meeting changed. The conversations that I started having with people changed. How I arrived in the destination completely changed. So for example, we were recently at a family wedding where people flew from, all different locations to this one wedding in Europe. And we got there, having flown first class, with those flat seats, sleeping the entire way, rested. And all our relatives that had flown in economy were complaining about jet lag and being so tired, and we couldn't relate, right? And I'm really honestly telling you this. I know that sometimes these kind of conversations can come across snobby, but hey, I've been in every kind of financial position, and I'm telling you that who you are as a person, the type of problems you experience, the paradigms that open up to you completely change when you say yes. I didn't know what I was going to experience by only flying, business and first class. But I'm here to tell you, I get it now. It wasn't about me. It was about experiencing almost like a different level of consciousness, Like I've noticed even the issues that people experience flying in economy do not exist in first class. So when I arrive for my intensives now, or for family, trips or weddings or anything, I'm not tired. I'm not jet lagged. Like I'm in a completely different paradigm than who I was when I was flying this way. So is it really about the money? No, it's about you being changed on a cellular level by saying yes to an experience. So many other places I can tell you this. There was another one on my mind quite recently. I'm trying to think of the experience. If I think of it, I'll mention it. But I experience these kind of things all the time, and because I've also lived a life where I didn't have a lot of money, and I grew up in very inconsistent, issues in my childhood, as I've shared with you before, I remember what it was to be in those situations and how I feel now. And I'm telling you, it goes far beyond just the money, but it's like your whole life experience changes, and the money must show up when you say yes, right? When I started saying yes to this, my personality started changing. The type of clients I started attracted changed. How my family and friends treated me changed. The thoughts that I thought changed. The people that I interacted with changed, which led to different experiences, different opportunities opening up. All of this because I stopped budgeting my desires. Now, there are areas in my life that they're just not important to me, and I will not spend a lot of money in those areas. I do have those areas. Those aren't like the desires of my heart. But the thing that shows up as I must do this, I never question it, because I know that God has a much bigger plan for me. There's some other portal of opening that's supposed to happen when I say yes to that thing, whether it's a divine download from a program, my personality changing, a new identity download, right? So don't budget on the most important things. Never budget there. There's plenty of other areas to budget on, girl. There's so many other places to budget on. But the things that are these things are so delicious for me, do not budget there. The second thing I want to share is that don't ever care about where or when the money is going to show up, okay? So an example of this that I have for you is a couple of years ago, I think this was in 2018, if I remember correctly, my husband and I went and we finally bought, I had this dream car. I used to own this car actually back in my 20s, and a whole bunch of stuff happened. I went through my divorce, and then I still wanted this car, but had a negative association with it. So years later, when I got remarried and all my life changed, I told my husband that I really wanted that car, but I had this negative association with it. So anyways, he set up this huge thing with Lexus. We went over there, they celebrated with us, we bought the car, we paid cash for it. I was able to just have this huge celebration. They were posting about it on social media. It was this amazing celebration of me overcoming my limiting belief with that car. I posted about it on my social media, and a few people replied saying, that's not really a manifestation, Mina, because you already had the money. And I was so surprised by that, because I don't think about manifestations that way. If I'm meant to have something, I don't care if the money shows up yesterday, 10 years ago, today, or 10 years later. If I'm supposed to have it now, I'm going to have it now, even if that means that I'm going to pay for it 10 years later, even if it means that I'm going to put it on my credit card, even if it means that I'm going to take money out of savings, even if it means that I already had the money sitting in my bank account. Who cares? Money is money, however it shows up. God will give it to you through the least resistance place. Sometimes that means that it showed up 10 years ago already. It's sitting in your investments. Sometimes it means that you have to use your credit card. That's why God gave them to you, and then pay it off over time. None of that means anything other than you get to have all your desires, okay? Don't do that to yourself of no, it can only come from this way. What does it mean if it comes in this way? Am I being a bad, naughty girl if I take it out of savings? Girl, that's what you have your savings for. To live out your desires, to have the things that you're meant to have, to do the experiences that you came here to do. And each one, it almost feels like an Easter egg hunt. Each one unlocks a layer of the next prize. So me saying yes to frivolous things like only flying first class or only staying at this certain place, a certain class of hotels and resorts, or only eating at this certain place, all of that is unlocking a level of consciousness that's literally helping thousands of people, right? So it all is like a piece of the puzzle. Stop budgeting your desires, okay? They mean something. They're encoded with so many blessings and almost like creating this ripple effect out in the universe. You don't know who's gonna be blessed by you saying yes to your desire. All right. And babe, since I have you, you know, you've already heard I'm having this amazing mastermind. It's a 30-day event. It's online and it's called the Manifestation Muscle Memory Master Codes. I know that's a mouthful. It is going to run kind of like a hybrid between a course and a mastermind. So every day for 30 days, I'm going to be delivering to you one master code, manifestation master code. And then for 45 days, you have access to this amazing Facebook group chat with all the other students. Whoever wants to join, you don't have to join the Facebook group, but if you want to, you're welcome to. It's a Facebook chat, not a group, by the way. And in there, we will be talking about the master code, discussing things. You get to have that sense of community, which I know a lot of women are loving that are attending my in-person intensives. And I kind of wanted to offer that same experience to you in the digital version. So the pre-launch price of this mastermind actually ends tomorrow. So if this is calling out to you, you can sign up later, of course, but now would be a great time to say yes to your soul because the pre-launch price will go away. And the course actually starts on May 22nd. And the Facebook chat will stay on even after the group ends for about 15 or 20 days so that you can continue communicating and hanging out with all the women. Also, I still have a couple of spots for Hawaii left. I think I have 2 spots left for Hawaii and many spots still open for Houston. Houston is going to be a bigger, hopefully, I think I'm gonna see how many people, we have about 7 people that have currently signed up, but typically Houston is my more popular intensives. I don't know why. Maybe we have a lot of people here in Texas. It is my hometown, so that intensive is also still enrolling. You can email my team at theuniverseguru@gmail.com to sign up for any of the in-person intensives. I love you. I hope this video finds you well, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.